On the day of his 11th birthday, Will Stanton felt a strange shift in the world. The snow fell thicker, deeper than ever before, blanketing the familiar English countryside in an eerie silence. The animals on the farm were agitated, their usual morning sounds replaced with a nervous energy. Even the radio could only find static. Something was wrong. Will felt it in his bones, a hum of ancient power waking from a long slumber. This wasn't just any birthday. It was the midwinter day, and a shadow was stretching across the land. Later, a tramp appeared at the door, a dark, unsettling figure with eyes that seemed to burn with a cold fire. He demanded a gift from Will, something Will didn't even know he possessed. Third, the tramp spoke of a rider, a figure of immense power, hunting for something precious. Fear, cold and sharp, pricked at Will, but a deeper, unfamiliar strength rose to meet it. He felt a connection to the land, to the trees and stones, a power he couldn't explain. He was more than just a boy, fleeing the tramp. Will was drawn to a local farmer, Merriman Lyon, and a mysterious woman, a lady of the manor. They weren't just neighbors, they were something ancient, something more. They revealed the truth to Will. He was not an ordinary boy. He was the last of the old ones, a circle of beings dedicated to protecting the world from the encroaching power of the dark. 2. His 11th birthday marked his coming of age, the awakening of his own immense power. The tramp was an agent of the dark, known as the Rider, and he was hunting Will. Merriman, or Merry as Will came to know him, became his guide. He explained that Will was the sign seeker. His destiny was to find 6 magical signs of light, ancient artifacts of power created to combat the dark. Signs made of wood, bronze, iron, water, fire, and stone were scattered through time, and only he could gather them. The dark was rising, stronger than it had been for centuries, and Will was the world's last hope to push it back. The weight of this revelation was immense, but a sense of purpose settled over Will. He wasn't alone. His quest began immediately, a journey not just through the snow-covered fields of his home, but through time itself. Will found he could slip through the centuries. Guided by the light, he witnessed ancient rituals and faced terrifying creatures sent by the dark. His first sign, the sign of iron, was found within an old ship, a cross-quarter-staff, hidden for centuries. Holding it, Will felt a surge of power, a confirmation of his true nature. The sign pulsed with a light that drove back the shadows, a beacon of hope against the growing gloom. One by one, he sought the others. The sign of bronze was guarded by the spirit of a long-dead king. The sign of wood was hidden within the great doors of the manor house, revealed only by a riddle of light. Sign he found made him stronger, but it also made the dark more desperate. The rider was relentless, appearing in different guises, his chilling presence a constant threat. The dark manifested in blizzards that trapped the village, and in subtle whispers that turned neighbor against neighbor. It was a battle fought not just with magic, but for the very hearts of the people. The final confrontation was on 12th night. All 6 signs had been gathered, forming a complete circle of power. The dark unleashed its full fury in a terrifying storm, seeking to overwhelm the light once and for all. Will, alongside Merriman and the other old ones, stood against the rider and his master. Using the combined power of the signs, Will drove back the shadows. He didn't destroy the dark, for light cannot exist without shadow, but he broke its power, forcing it to retreat, ensuring the world would remain free. As the magic faded and the winter morning dawned, Will was just a boy again, home with his family. But he was changed forever. He carried the knowledge of who he was and the memory of the great struggle. Thirds, the world was safe. For now, he knew the dark would one day rise again, but he also knew that the light and its guardians would be waiting. His great adventure was over, but his duty as an old one had just begun. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, please consider liking and subscribing for more tales from the world of myth and magic. We'll see you next time.